Could you be trapped in a guardianship against your will?
The issue getting a lot of attention because of Britney Spears. I'm sure you remember the hashtag Free Britney. But here's the thing. Tens of thousands of people right here in New Jersey are in fact under court-ordered guardianships right now, and some are trying to get their rights back.
Senior investigative reporter Walt Kane has this exclusive Kane In Your Corner investigation.
And this, of course, is Russian.
Alberta Cohen can tell you the details of every trip she and her late husband took.
In Petersburg, I loved it, absolutely loved it.
She also enjoys playing Scrabble and can get a little competitive.
Sorry, is it work? You sure?
But Alberta Cohen isn't allowed to make any decisions for herself.
I called the bank the other day. They won't even talk to me.
Because in the eyes of the law, she's totally incapacitated, in need of a guardian.
Devastated. Unbelievable. Cannot believe what's happening to me. I went to the dentist the other day. I had to explain to the dentist, the money is there. I'll get it to you, okay? You know how embarrassing that is?
Alberta is one of 36,000 people under court-ordered guardianships in New Jersey. There's no diagnostic standard to determine if a person lacks capacity. If a judge decides you need a guardian, then under the law, you do.
The person in a guardianship has no right to choose where to live, who to associate with. They have no control over their money.
Alberta lost her rights after her youngest son petitioned for guardianship. Why do you think that this is happening?
He doesn't want me to make out a will. And I told him he wasn't going to get any money from me.
The will has nothing to do with it. I just want my mother to be happy.
Do you believe she's incapable of making any decision of any kind?
I wouldn't say that.
Because that's what the guardianship says.
My mother's thoughts can be scattered at times, other times she can be coherent.
I'm not incapacitated in any way, shape, or form.
One of New Jersey's top elder care attorneys agrees. She's now representing Alberta.
And I believe that she is competent to make her decisions and should be restored to capacity.
That can be difficult and costly. Alberta has already run up expenses of over $60,000.
The lawyer for the guardian can charge your estate to fight back. So basically, you're being held captive while people are just charging your estate. It's as if you become a cash cow.
As in most guardianship cases, Alberta was evaluated by 3 doctors. One said she could manage her medical, financial, and legal affairs. The other 2 disagreed. And faced with the conflicting reports, the judge declared her incapacitated and placed her under the care of a guardian.
What's an A or a B or a C or an F? You know, only the people who's giving the test know how to grade the quiz, as it were.
In fact, one doctor asked Alberta to draw a clock. She got the time right, but he marked the answer wrong because he said the hands didn't start in the center of the circle. I took the question, I did the clock. This is what I drew, and as I look at it, I realize it's off center. It doesn't start in the center of the circle.
Wow. Yeah. Excellent point. I don't think you're incapacitated.
Alberta is the first to admit her life is not perfect. Her house is cluttered. But while the guardianship petition claimed it was very filthy and unsafe, we've been there more than once and never saw any signs of that. Alberta also lives with her oldest son, Larry, and the 2 admit they sometimes argue.
I think my brother is controlling her life.
In fact, earlier this year, Robert Cohen and the Guardian asked the court to evict Larry Cohen so they could hire a full-time aide. But they also talked about eventually putting Alberta in assisted living. The judge denied the request.
He was going to go and make me sell my home. I don't want that. I feel it's my home. I'm entitled to live where I want to live.
Marinero agrees. She says people don't have to approve of her client's choices because part of being an adult is the freedom to make what others might call mistakes.
You know, you don't have to have a perfectly clean house every day and be an adult with the ability to do your own thing. You're still an adult and you still have fundamental rights.
What are you hoping will happen?
I don't want a stranger taking care of me.
Right.
I want my own flesh and blood. I feel I'm in a nightmare and I have to get out of it.
And Walt Kane here now. Walt, such an important and interesting investigation. We got to know, where do things stand now?
Well, Alberta has a court hearing next month, and in her legal filing, her attorney actually brought up the fact that we were doing an investigation. I don't know if there's a connection, but I can tell you, after a couple of years of constant legal battling, Robert and the Guardian are no longer opposing that request, so we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, what can someone do if they find themselves in this situation?
That's a tough one. You know, over the next couple of weeks, Kurt, I will dig a lot deeper into this issue. We'll look at some efforts to try to make terminating guardianships easy, or easier. Right now, it's very hard. You may not be able to afford an attorney, and then once you're declared incapacitated, it can be very difficult to get anybody to take you seriously.
Yeah. This is a disturbing story. A lot of gray area here, too.
Right.
It definitely can be, and we'll see ultimately what the judge decides here.
All right, Walt, thank you.